It is February 14th and it's Valentine's Day. Let me be the first to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Morning News. This is Prime Flash coming live to you from My Media Prime Television, and I am Dolly Ngonde on the anchor. Let's begin the news by celebrating President Paul Biya, who turned +1 yesterday, making him 90 years. That's on February the 13th, 2023, and he has been ruling Cameroon for over 40 years now. Without counting his tenure as Secretary General at the presidency, as well as one-time Prime Minister in the country, Bo Elvis, our reporter from Yaoundé, has been talking with close collaborators in understanding the president's lifestyle away from the media. Take a listen to his report.
President Paul Biya is 90 years. President Paul Biya is 90 years old today and has been ruling Cameroon for 40 years as president, not counting his number of years as Prime Minister and also Secretary General at the presidency of the Republic of Cameroon. To rule for this number of years requires devotion and control of lifestyle, which makes it easier for you to carry out your functions. Those who have worked very closely with President Paul Biya recount that he loves organization. Normally, according to sources, he wakes up very early in the morning, takes his breakfast, usually tea, reads newspapers, gets a copy of his program for the day, and leaves the office latest 8:30 a.m. Sources recount that the head of state could come back to the house for lunch. Sometimes he takes a siesta, drinks some fever grass before going back to work. But usually he comes back home very late and eats twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. According to one of his cooks, one of those who used to cook for him, Maglo Ateba, explains that the head of state never eats alone, and when work is too much, his food is taken to the office. In the evening, President Paul Biya loves watching American action movies. During his spare time, he listens to Gregorian chants and relaxation musics from artists like Nsah. The head of state always takes time to watch international as well as some local channels to have an idea about happenings in the world. Precise selected channels already known by his entourage are projected to him. Those who have also worked very close to the president say he hates lies and will insist that his close collaborators tell him the truth or indicate that they will find out, because most of the time he has information from various sources. Our sources tell us that we should be very careful when we talk about President Paul Biya's relationship with opposition leaders. Many have confirmed that the president has a cordial relationship with most opposition leaders. He shows concern for them and helps many when they are in need by providing medical care as well as financial assistance. But most of the time he keeps the information for himself. We also learned that many opposition leaders, after insulting him on TV, write letters asking for financial aid from the president. The source hints that the same people he helps will go on TV to criticize the president and his activities, maybe as a way to seek for attention afresh. The head of state loves Cameroonian dishes. He eats akra, ndole, groundnut soup, and chicken, and would even showcase Cameroonian drinks to world leaders when he travels. President Biya keeps fit to help him do his work. He plays golf, rides the bicycle, and walks for long. He often checks his vital signs and is a lover of physical exercise. Maybe this explains why he has been able to rule Cameroon for this long. As he once told former French President François Hollande, longevity in power is not just a wish. You must be capable to stay in power. This is Bo Elvis reporting from Yaoundé.
Thank you, Elvis, for that report. And no one ever knew that that's how interesting the president's life is, of course. And we want to wish you happy birthday in Arias, Mr. President. And we keep on talking about celebrations, moving over to the southwest region, precisely in the Boya subdivision, where over 200 youths did mobilize themselves as they march past through the streets of Boya to celebrate President Biya's 90th birthday. The march, which began before midday, did end at the governor's office with a delivery of a special birthday message delivered by the Southwest Youth Leader or the League leader. And we keep on talking more news where February 13th has been celebrated worldwide as the Global Radio Day, the day which is usually set aside to bring out the importance of the radio, has been reported to us by Ngonde, who took interest in telling us how important the radio has been from time immemorial. Take a listen to her report.
The 12th edition of International Radio Day is commemorated under the theme Radio and Peace, with focus on highlighting the value of independent radio in promoting peace and averting conflict. The audio medium, celebrated every February 13, has from time immemorial provided people with unmatched infotainment and has become a closest friend to some people around the world. World Radio Day seeks to raise awareness on the value of radio in the media landscape and honor the unique ability of radio to unite people and disseminate information. To some radiocasters, the radio plays a significant role in conflict resolution.
The contributions the radio has done towards conflict de-escalation is that it boils down to the editorial policy of that particular radio station. And I will take an example for the CBS radio. We are a place, an institution where we preach peace. And so through the PCC, Peace Office, we have so many programs that helps us to preach peace to our listeners and to everyone who is involved.
The importance of the radio. And I may ask you, when was the last time you listened to the radio? Now, talking more news about the just ended celebrated 57th edition of the National Youth Day in Cameroon. Over in the far north region of the country, youths have demonstrated their commitment in nation building. As we hear more in the following report done for us by Joy Ngong.
Under the theme Youth, Moral, Civic and Entrepreneurship Rearmament, a guarantee for discipline in building a united and prosperous Cameroon, thousands of young people in the far north region turned up in Gazawa to celebrate the 57th edition of the National Youth Day. Messages displayed during the colorful march parade read "No to division, no to drugs, no to violence and extremism, yes to peace, living together and national unity." The march past involved young Cameroonians from nursery, primary and secondary schools, youth associations and political parties. All these under the watchful eyes of the administrative authorities of Gazawa.
Je voudrais déjà d'entrée de jeu remercier la jeunesse de l'arrondissement de Gazawa qui a bien voulu honorer de sa présence.
I want to immensely thank the youth of Gazawa who honored us with their presence during this celebration of the 57th National Youth Day. The head of state, in his traditional Youth Day speech, urged the youths to take their destiny into their hands through youth entrepreneurship. The youth of Gazawa are ready to embrace these responsibilities.
Et la jeunesse de Gazawa est prête à embrasser ces différents métiers. Vous savez que la commune est pour tout.
The council participates in the mobilization of young people. We worked with the divisional authorities to organize this celebration in Gazawa.
That was Joy Ngong reporting there, and you were watching the 9:30 a.m. Prime Flash coming to you live from My Media Prime Television. In more news, the celebration of the 57th edition of the Youth Day in Cameroon has paved the way for the reuniting of ex-students, and this time around those from Kotek Bafut under the banner of the Coexistence have connected and rekindled memories shared while they were students in the previous years. Attending this ceremony was Charles Kebwa, who said it was also an opportunity for the ex-students to take the commitment in lifting the flag of the school higher and higher.
COEX, an alumni association Bamenda branch made up of former students that attended the Community Technical and Commercial College Kotek Bafut. February 12, 2023, under their union, Reconnect rekindled the love they shared back at school as students, while took firm resolutions to keep the school flag high as ex-students.
Different fields of work, we have so many challenges, so we come together like this to share our ideas, share our difficulties, and share our worries in order to make a better future for ourselves first, for our families second, and for our alma mater.
Irrespective of the modernity of time, connect back to the root.
Protect barefoot, and being with the Bamenda branch, I've seen that we are working to see that we continue to keep the name of our school ahead.
To Kotek Bafut ex-students, Bamenda, education is very paramount. Those what coming together have to celebrate. Said if they never went to school, they wouldn't have been where they are.
Quite interesting. And today is Valentine's Day, a day which is set aside every February 14th to celebrate and also remember the death of a certain Roman Catholic priest. But then many have taken it to celebrate it and call it the day to express love and show love for their loved ones. However, moving down the streets of Douala, Catherine Ikongwe did speak with a few persons who shared their views as per the significance of the day with respect to their thoughts. Take a listen at a compilation.
It is barely few hours to the celebration of Valentine's Day in Cameroon. However, the significance of this day is yet to be known by many. Talking to some inhabitants here in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, they say Valentine's Day is a day to show love to one another, not necessarily someone you are in a love relationship with, like many will understand.
Valentine's Day, as what I understand, is a day to show love to anybody, not necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Generally, to me, I think Valentine's Day is a day we show love to our parents, our children, our loved ones in general. It's not a day to go extra mile like some girls or boys they do. They go as far as borrowing money to buy gifts, and when they are not taken out on that day, they get angry and so on and so forth. To me, Valentine's Day is just a day to express what we've been feeling for our loved ones, our children, parents, husband, wife, and so on.
In the same light, Cynthia Ngofi says the day is to commemorate the love of Saint Valentine to one another.
First of all, when I hear of Valentine's Day, to me, Valentine was the saint, yes. And with that, I think Valentine's Day is mainly the commemoration of love. It's like, since he was a saint of love, not only love that we share between couples, boyfriend, girlfriends, but the general love to everybody, friends, relatives. So on that day, we just commemorate the love that Saint Valentine showed before dying and even became a saint. So to me, it's not the love that we celebrate on that day is not defined. General love to everybody. Show love in a little way.
Show love in your little way. Thank you, Catherine Ikongwe, for that report. And let's talk health-related news, where some stringent measures, including the restriction of movements of people between the Cameroon and Equatorial Guinean border, have been made by Cameroon's Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi. This is in a bid to curb the spread of the Hajic fever from the neighboring country. As we get details in this report done for us by Nsah.
In a communique signed by Cameroon's Minister of Public Health, Manauda Malashi, on the 10th of February 2023, the health boss informed Cameroonians of several unexplained deaths in some villages of the Nkientem province of Equatorial Guinea. These villages are neighboring zones with the health districts of Ambam, Kiosi, and Olamze in the south region of Cameroon. Minister Manauda added that all the victims died of hemorrhagic fever. As such, in view of the high risks of importation of this disease, and in order to detect and respond to any cases at an early stage, the local administrative authorities have taken measures including restrictions of movements at the Cameroon-Equatorial Guinea border. Nonetheless, the Minister of Public Health, in collaboration with all administrators concerned and with the support of experts from World Health Organization and Atlanta CDC, some measures have been taken, including the strengthening of epidemiological surveillance and the intensification of awareness raising and community mobilization activities. Health workers have also been called to immediately report and isolate all suspected cases and avoid moving them in strict compliance with infection prevention and control measures. Moreover, in the press release, Minister Manawoda Malachi urged the general public to strictly respect the measures prescribed by the local authorities, as this occurrence is not a mystical phenomenon or witchcraft. Among the measures are regular washing of hands with clean running water and soap, especially after handling an animal or animal product. Avoid contact with body fluids from sick persons, including unprotected sexual intercourse. Avoid contact with sick or dead wild animals, as well as washing food while eating it well cooked and hot. While calling on all media organs to broadcast the right information concerning the health situation, the health minister has assured all that everything is under control with surveillance and response mechanisms deployed. Nonetheless, it should be noted that health authorities in Equatorial Guinea have quarantined more than 200 people and imposed movement restrictions on Friday, February 10, after an unknown illness killed at least 10 people.
Thank you, Nsah, for that public information, which draws the curtains of today's edition of Prime Flash. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. The news has been coordinated by Faith Tata, and it was produced by Elvis Modika. I have been Dolly Ngonde for presentation, and general supervision came from Lunet. At exactly 10 a.m. Cameroon time, the brief is coming up with Lasha Kingsley and co-host, and also a wonderful set of guests who will be making the show quite interesting. And at 11 a.m., we shall be coming back again to talk matters of love. Remember, it's Valentine's Day on In the House, and be our special guest so we can wish you and make the day feel special for you. And until next time, stay blessed. Bye-bye for now.